Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to yet another exciting session of NestGen 2023. Thank you all for joining us today. We are here in this session to learn more about the amazing capabilities of FlytNow. Now, before we begin, I'd like to ask you all to join in on the chat. Let's do a quick meet and greet. You can introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, and we can chat all along. All right, let's get started. So today we are here to explore on how FlytNow can help you solve challenges faced by commercial drone industry for various use cases. For those of you who may not be familiar with us, we are a global leader in providing software solutions for drone automation. And in this session, we will be discussing how FlytNow platform has been designed with user experience at its core. And then we'll deep dive into two of its main use cases, public safety and inspection. So hello everyone, I'm Shrestha, a senior product designer at FlightBase. So on a daily basis, I, at this company, define and implement our product vision, conduct user research, and do testing on these things. And I collaborate closely with our customers to address their needs. Along with me, we have Vinayak and Neil. Vinayak is our customer success manager. Over the course of the last few years, he has been leading the efforts to collaborate and help our customers globally. Also joining us is Neil, our customer success associate. And Neil, along with Vinayak, has been helping our customers adopt drone autonomy and helping our customers with BVLOS approvals. Now, before we get started, I'd like to go over some housekeeping rules. During the session, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them out in the Q&A tab, and we'll address them out at the end of the presentation. A quick reminder that the session is being recorded and the recording will be available to you soon. Also, do visit our FlytNow booth in the expo section. And lastly, make sure to capture your favorite moments of the session and share them on Twitter and LinkedIn using hashtag NestGen, and don't forget to tag FlytBase. Who knows, you might be in for a surprise. I'd also like to thank our title sponsor, DJI Enterprise, and our platinum sponsor, Volatus Airspace, for supporting our mission, making autonomous drones a reality. All right, let's jump right into the session. As you may have noticed in our previous sessions today, FlytNow helps solve pressing need of drone autonomy. Our customers all around the world trust FlytNow not only to perform autonomous flights, but also to use the data collected by these autonomous missions to derive out insights that help solve real-life problems. And we've come a long way to enable drone autonomous solutions. And FlytNow's user experience is a critical component of the solution that helps our customers maximize the potential of their drone operations. By providing them with an intuitive interface, FlytNow enables you to seamlessly plan, execute, and monitor your autonomous drone missions with ease and confidence, and helps you out to save time and resources while increasing operational efficiency and effectiveness. For example, in an inspection use case, you can view flight logs and data in an organized order and analyze this data to derive out meaningful insights. For construction, mission planning has been designed to make complex planning experience much more seamless and intuitive. Our core design philosophy centers on providing users with an intuitive and a user-friendly interface to help them perform operations effortlessly. Our modular core integrations help revolutionize the way solutions can be experienced. FlytNow's design experience prioritizes safety and compliance, providing our customers with clear alerts and notifications for potential hazards and regulatory violations. This not only helps our customers avoid costly mistakes, but also ensures the safety of the people and the property on the ground, while also maintaining these compliances. Now, one of the key aspects of our design process is understanding our customers' needs and their use cases. We work very closely with our customers to identify these pain points and design solutions that are tailored to their specific requirements. That's why we designed FlytNow to be user-friendly, flexible, and scalable, so it can adapt to your specific business needs. FlytNow hence empowers our customers to achieve their desired outcomes and optimize their drone operations for maximum efficiency and effectiveness. To sum it up, user experience is the glue that holds everything together. Now, one of the most significant advantages of FlytNow is that it's truly hardware agnostic, which means you can use any type of off-the-shelf or custom-built drone and dock and deploy the solution tailored that meets to your different needs and your different use cases. This makes FlytNow a revolutionary product since it can cater to multiple needs in various industries. FlytNow's versatility, flexibility, and these advanced features make it a powerful tool that can help organizations streamline their operations and achieve their goals more efficiently. Whether it's agriculture, construction, security, or any other use case, or any other industry, FlytNow offers a wide range of applications and benefits your businesses to stay ahead of the curve and embrace autonomy. And now Neil and Vinayak will talk more about inspection and public safety use cases. Neil will now deep dive into the inspection use case. Over to you, Neil.
Thanks, Shresh. Thanks a lot for that beautiful introduction and setting the context for all our users here on what FlytNow does for drone autonomy and makes it more safe and more reliable. So I'll now take over, and just give me a minute so that I can start sharing my screen. Just let me know when it's visible. My screen is visible, right?
Yes, it's visible.
All right, great. All right, hello everyone. This is Neil, and I will now be taking this forward and discuss in more detail the common use cases for drone-based asset inspections, the current challenges that the drone industry faces, and how FlytNow can provide solutions to these challenges. So let's explore some more on the common use cases where drones can revolutionize asset inspections. And after working with multiple partners and gaining valuable insights from years of experience in the industry, we have identified these use cases where drones can revolutionize asset inspection and provide efficient and cost-effective solutions. So I'll go to the first use case. It comes to energy and utility inspections. So we all know that power lines, wind turbines, and solar farms are often located in remote or hard to reach areas, making traditional inspection challenging and costly. Drone can be used to easily access these areas and quickly inspect them, providing an efficient and cost-effective solution for the energy and utility industry. Moving on to the next use case, it's oil and gas inspections. So again, the oil and gas industry involves extensive infrastructure, including pipelines. It can be storage tanks and offshore platforms. These assets require regular inspections to ensure their safety and prevent environmental damage as well. Drones can come in handy and can be used to inspect these assets in a safe and an efficient manner, reducing the need for human inspections in potentially hazardous environments. And there's one more use case, so it comes down to construction site inspections. Construction sites can be dangerous and complex environments with many moving parts and potential safety hazards. Drones can be used to monitor construction progress, ensure compliance with safety regulations, and provide an overall view of the site to project managers and stakeholders. So this was some high-level context on what are the use cases that are critical for asset inspection. Now let's dig a little deeper and identify what are the challenges with traditional asset inspection methods. So as the use of drones for asset inspections continues to grow, the industry is faced with challenges in enabling remote inspections at scale. Despite the availability of off-the-shelf drones, there are several hurdles that need to be overcome in order to achieve efficient and effective inspections. Let's quickly discuss the challenges in enabling remote inspections at scale with off-the-shelf drones. So the first one is limited visibility. Traditional inspection methods can often only provide limited visual access to assets, making it difficult to identify potential issues or damage. The traditional methods are also costly and time consuming. So manual inspections require significant time and resources, especially for large inspections, large or complex assets, leading to delays and increased costs. Safety concerns are a major challenge. So many assets, such as tall buildings or offshore platforms, can be difficult and dangerous to access, putting workers at risk. And there's also the point of scalability. So traditional inspection methods can be limited in their ability to scale, making it difficult to efficiently manage multiple assets or operations. So to sum it all up, the challenges faced in the remote drone inspections are numerous. There is often a limited ability to control and manage drone fleets in real time, which can lead to potential safety risks and decreased efficiency. Secondly, access to live HD video feeds and camera payloads is often limited, hindering ability to monitor multiple assets and gather accurate data. Thirdly, managing multiple operations simultaneously as per the project schedule can be difficult, leading to errors, deviations, and delays. And finally, the lack of automated reporting and analytics limits the ability to gain valuable insights and make informed decisions, making it harder to optimize operations and improve overall efficiency. So let's now discuss how we can overcome these challenges. And that's where FlytNow comes into the picture. It's an all new approach to asset inspections. So I think the diagram, the schematic in front of you is pretty clear. You can have multiple critical assets, and all you need is a remote command and control center from where you can launch the drone. And this command and control center has a remote pilot in command who can have access to all the critical video feeds, live data, can keep track of its progress and report in real time to relevant stakeholders, can also, upload these data feeds to a private cloud storage that can be used for further data analytics or analysis. So just want to highlight how FlytNow redefines remote drone inspections. So FlytNow redefines remote drone inspections by providing a comprehensive solution that enables users to manage a fleet of drones, monitor assets in real time through live HD video streaming, access to gimbal controls, automate reports and analytics. It also has integration with third-party tools for better insights and seamless operations. All in all, it simplifies the inspection process, increases worker safety, reduce costs, and provide meaningful insights for data-driven decision making, making it a game changer in the drone industry. So I think we've spoken a lot about what FlytNow can do and what are the challenges. What we'll do is now give you a complete walkthrough or like a detailed product walkthrough on how FlytNow can actually help you with that asset inspections. So we have a small video here, and let me just play it for you. So the FlytNow dashboard, as Shresh said, is quite intuitive. This is the main mission planning screen where you have two types of missions that a user can plan. It's either a path mission or a grid mission. For asset inspections, we recommend that the user uses a grid mission. It helps you define an area on the map to perform aerial surveys of that region. You have an option to create your own mission, or you can also import missions directly from a third party as well. So this is the FlytNow mission planning screen. At the top, you can see that I've given a name to my mission. It's a solar power plant inspection. I also have a parameter called tags, and this is important from a user experience point of view. We realize that a lot of times people have a lot of missions that get cluttered up, over time, and hence we worked with a product team and mixed the product customer requirement and came up with this feature where it really helps the user to optimize and organize their mission planning, and they become more efficient with their mission planning workflows. You also have the basic mission planning parameters such as the mission speed, the mission start speed, the altitude, what is the finish action. So FlytNow is a software that you can use with many docking stations as well. So the finish action usually during these type of missions is return to docking station. That is what your drone does when it comes back after the mission is complete. You also have a couple of grid actions. So on the right, you can see the grid on the map, and I have a couple of options to set the gimbal pitch. So for a inspection, I might want to set it at 45 degrees, the grid spacing and the angle. So it's totally user configurable. And again, it will depend totally on the user's flight operations and their requirements. All right, so you can see that I've created a mission. I have a message, a success message on the dashboard as well. Now what I'll do is I'll go to the operations tab, and this is the main FlytNow dashboard screen. You can see on the left my list of added drones. So I'm going to use a Mavic 2 for this. On the right, you can see that my drone is online. It has the video feed. I have the telemetry details so that I can get all that real-time information. Now I'm going to launch the mission, and once I select the mission, for this particular scenario, we have a Haisha docking station which is compatible with the Mavic 2 Enterprise series, Mavic 2 drones. And as soon as I hit launch, all the docking station processes, they come into place. So you can see that the charging bars are now unlocked. The docking station opens up, and the drone is armed, and now it initiates a takeoff. One key thing that I'd like to highlight here is there's a weather station located right next to the docking station. On the FlytNow dashboard, we display this weather station's real-time data, and the user also has the ability to set certain fail-safes. So in case there's a rain, of a certain amount, or there's a high wind speed, if I launch the button, it'll give me a warning and let me know that, okay, I'm not authorized to fly because the wind speeds are a little high. So again, working on the safety and the reliability part. So you can see my drone is now sailing above the solar power plant. On the right, you can see the video feed. I have an option to switch between RGB and thermal. So when it comes to solar power plants, you would want to see the cracks, the defects that are there, and get that information well before this further. Do that from here. And this is the FlytNow dashboard's cockpit view. So again, it gives you a more detailed view of the video feed, and you also have your basic telemetry and everything. So once your mission is done, you'll again receive a message that the mission is complete, and the drone will come back and land inside the docking station. That is where the return to docking station maneuver comes into play. And again, when it comes to inspections, it's all about capturing that data efficiently. So we have, like I highlighted, waypoint actions where you can set the gimbal pitch. You can set waypoint actions to capture the image at distance intervals and record high resolution images and videos. And once that is done, you come back to your gallery. We have a feature called Cloud Media Synchronization, which basically lets you synchronize all your high resolution images to your private cloud storage. So you can just initiate that, create a backup of your data. You can sync it and then upload it to your cloud. And once it's uploaded to your cloud, you can use any third-party application to process that data. So maybe create a 3D map, or like stitch all the images together, or send it to even a machine learning or a deep learning provider who can identify the gaps on the solar panels, or like identify if there are any abnormalities or anomalies. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you can use FlytNow to enhance asset inspections for critical assets. And now I think I'll hand it over to Vinayak, so he'll shed some more light on how FlytNow can be used as a good tool for the public safety use case. So with that, I'll hand it over to you, Vinayak.
Okay, hello everyone. So again, thank you, Sresh. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Sresh, for the introduction and setting up the context, right? So Again, Neil and Shesha's already set the context about how we are gonna like dive, and as you already seen how FlytNow has helped or kind of helped the users in asset inspections, right? So I'll with me we'll be discussing how autonomous drones can enhance public safety and assist in rapid response to emergencies like fire response, or it could be any like law enforcement and etc. We'll also talk about how Flight Now is a solution that is revolutionizing the drone operations with DIB for public safety officials, right? Like again, I just set up a context today, right? How like the drones are helpful in this kind of situations. Again, at the end, we'll see a deep dive with public safety a public safety operation with one of the use case. So I'll quickly jump into some of the use case with the benefits of the drone, and then we'll talk about the challenges, and then probably we'll quickly see how an alarm system could be integrated, or a police alarm system could be integrated with Flight Now to deploy the drones automatically from the docking station or the remote locations, right? So again, as we all know, the autonomous drone offer numerous benefits such as reducing information's error, efficient operations, negligible response lag, and minimal human dependencies, right? So again, our drones can help assist us in multiple use cases. One second, let me just switch. Right, so multiple use cases like search and rescue operation, law enforcement, fire response, disaster management, and more. So I'll quickly kind of take an example of like these four, and we'll pick up one point, and we'll quickly see a demo out of it, right? So let's take an example. One second, guys. It's just not good with slides. Yeah. So again, let's take a quick example with the fire response, right? So departments can leverage drones to gather critical data and provide aerial maps to firefighters, identify potential hotspots, and predict fire paths to prevent fire from spreading further, right? Again, similar with disaster management, it's with the UAVs, or let's say drones with 3D mapping technology. Let's like the cameras with high resolutions and lidars can quickly and accurately illustrate infrastructure's damage, helping rescuers identify liability zones. The drones can scan heat signatures to locate if there are any disaster victims across the range of the damage has been done, right? Similar, I'll switch to the new, right? Similar with the law reinforcement. Again, the drones can be used for surveillance, crowd management, or crowd control, and crime scene investigations. Police forces can monitor areas with criminal activity as well as beyond the human reach to track suspect more quickly and provide greater like security, right? Again, similar with search and rescue. So again, with the drones and the docking station deployed remotely, the operators can keep an eye on the trespassers or industrial property and receives an alert. So again, like I talked about, this can be integrated with the third party alarms and things, right? So this can be integrated, and the drones can be automatically deployed based on the alerts or the let's say signature commands from the operators, right? However, again, like we talked about these use cases, however, there are multiple challenges with that also, right? So again, why we talk about this, and there are challenges to it. So, however, public safety officials face numerous challenges while working in high-risk environments. The lack of situational awareness, exposure to unsafe environments, limited time and resources are some of the key challenges they face, and hence, we think the drone solutions could help us with, right? Again, so when we talk about these first responders, I'll quickly jump into these the first responders, and since we are going to see the demo with it, so I'll quickly jump with the how these. There are a few, like I have listed down few, or like four of the points, right, where we can quickly or efficiently get the data and dependency lag. So sending first responders to an incident scene without all necessary information, however, can be dangerous if not fatal, right? So with Flight Now, you can avoid such scenarios and follow and share the following informations to the first responders or the operators live, right? So I'll like you've seen, like which reduces the information errors, efficient operation, minimal human dependency, negligible human response, right? Okay. So as you can see in this diagram, what this is exactly what I am going to demo, where there'll be a, let's say, control center deployed at the, let's say, a remote area. And you can see in this scenario, there is a rail yard, right? It could be anything like the fire in the forest or like so many things, right? Again, keeping all the BVLOS rule and respecting that, the drone will go to the site of the alert and do a remote inspection before the ground team goes to the or reaches to the site, and this will help them kind of or do the operations more efficiently, right? So I think Neil and Trace, my colleagues, have already helped you out how the FlytNow is a cloud-based fleet management solutions, right? And a platform which can integrate all these third-party applications with it. I'll quickly jump. It will not take more time. I'll quickly jump into the video which we prepared for the demo, which through which we will demonstrate how these kind of alarm systems. So as you can see on the left side, you can see the drones, and as well on the right, you can see the live video feed that can be seen on the um, from the drone, right? And again, and if you see closely on the right, there is an alarm icon with a gradient. And as soon as we get once we integrate those alarms in our system, we kind of get alerts or in the notification form, and the user can automatically deploy those. Or so there are two options. One is user can also put in manual effort if they haven't got a BVLOS or they are actually working on VLOS approvals. So for a time being, they can work with VLOS and then BVLOS, where they can just schedule or they can put or enable automated missions, right? So we'll just play the video. So here I click on the alarm icon where we can see the alert and it says forest fire. And you can see two options which says send drone and the detailed report. For now, I'll just click on send drone to see the path to a location. As you can see on the map, there is a red icon which like demonstrate the location of the alert, right? As soon as you click the send button, it like directs you to the checklist and deploys the drone quickly. Again, as we are all talking about the docking station deployed remotely, so in this case also the drone is deployed, the docking station is deployed remotely, and the drone will be navigated automatically to the alarm location. Right. So again, I'll just quickly jump. So as you can see, the drone again is following the straight line. Or so again, we have multiple options. These dotted lines, you can say, since there were no obstructions, hence there was a straight line. Assuming there was a, let's say there was a airport or anything, there you might be seeing a path which is kind of avoiding these no-fly zones, right? We call it as a smart path planning and deploying to a location, right? I'll just quickly jump to the next part. Again, so again, this is very important when there is an operator sitting deploying the drone, or there, let's say there is no one deploying the drone, but you want to share the live video feed or the situational awareness report to, like, let's say, high level officer or someone. So they can use this share live video feed operations. So they can just view the feed and the map drone's map location, and but they will also not get any control commands, which means your operations are more secure enough, right? And let's jump into the next part. So as you can see, this is a guest view where you can see the multiple drones with the video feed and the remote location of the drone, right? Again, with no controls, like I said. Right. So once the overall mission is done, right? So what you can do, like I said in the starting, the few peoples who haven't got a BVLOS approvals, they might be working with VLOS. So they would need a huge or detailed log report of 1,000 flights. So this is where our FlytNow logs comes to, where like you can see on the screen, where we get an overview, and on the right side you can see a playback option which basically helps you see or kind of, let's say, a timeline view of the mission and the overview of the action taken during the mission. So, for example, in this case, there was an alarm with forest fire at 10 a.m. So you can see that too, with the battery data, or let's say the device informations as well. And accordingly, you can see on the top there are multiple tabs which also displays multiple information. Let's say if you have collected pictures at that site and marked some annotations with it, so all clubbed together at the same place, and alarms to do internal audits with the team, right? And similar with the airspace threat, if there was, let's say, an ADSB, as you might have heard in Joe's session, right? They were talking about ADSB. If there was an alert, you might have recorded in the sections, right? So again, like all these essential, like ADSB, Kashali, and more, right? Like, so this is how the overall public safety operations can be done, right? So this is one of the example where alarms can be integrated. However, there could be multiple and less. So I don't know, like multiple of like what we talk to the customers. There are multiple softwares which integrates with the. So multiple PDs have their own software based on the alerts. There could be a fire alarm. There could be a let's say gunshot alarm or any kind of things, right? So accordingly, we can integrate, or the FlytNow as a platform can integrate all these and can be deployed in a similar way. So again, I think this was the all from the today's video. I mean, as we have already seen, like how FlytNow and public safety and asset inspection can be deployed, and similarly for like I talked about multiple use cases, I even Shresh mentioned in the previous slides. So similarly, this could be integrated likewise, right? So if you want to learn more, you can like go to our like websites, flightnow.com. Okay. Thank you so much, Shresh. Like I think over to you.
All right. Thanks, Vinayak, and thanks, Neil, for the exciting presentation. All right. So we'll quickly go over some questions. We are already flooded with a lot of questions in the Q&A tab. Someone in the audience is asking, how does FlytNow help in getting BVLOS approvals? Can you highlight some key characteristics that are typically made for these regulatory approvals? Vinayak, would you like to take that?
Sure. So again, I'll just kind of correlate if everyone was like attending the previous sessions, right? So again, the operations are possible. Now the question stops at where how they can get the BVLOS approvals, how they can apply for SORA or JARUS, right? So there are multiple. So one could be the UTM integration, which can help them provide the safety. The other could be the drone integration. Sorry, the docking. The parachute integration with the multiple fail-safes of C2 link loss, right? I think in the previous sessions we were discussing this. And the third, I mean, these are few pointers that are coming into mind, but so there are more, definitely if we go deeper dive in each and every section. But again, if we go these, we will definitely get a VLOS approvals for the standards, and then the operator can apply for BVLOS by showing the log report that I just showed in the public safety, right? So they can collate the whole log sheets with the let's say 1,000-hour flights and submit in the form of SORA, and that's how I think can the user or operator can. Again, these are very few points like the UTM, DRS, C2 link loss, and multiple fail-safes associated with that.
Right, there's one more question which is somewhat related to what you were talking about. So you talked about logs, right? Somebody in the audience is asking if we can, send these detailed reports or detailed flight logs to these managers or anyone else outside,
right,
through this platform.
Exactly. So that's what we are heading to. As an overall flight log is designed in a way where you can get the overall data with including each flight details, overview, alarms, and if there are any space alerts, right? So they can download those files and submit. And I probably think, Shresh, if you want to add from something from the product standpoint, So yeah, but yeah.
Right. I mean, these detailed logs basically are everything. So everything is, compiled into a PDF format. You don't need to think about what type of flight it was and what type of failsafe were triggered or anything in that sort. Everything has been, taken care of. And it not only, like we were talking about throughout this session, it doesn't just answer any particular use case. It's also across all use cases, and you can use these to file any approvals, or even send it out to any further team members or anyone that you have. All right, there's one more question about scheduling missions. So the question goes like, is there any option to schedule missions to be performed at specific times? Need, would you like to take that?
Sure, Shresht. And I think this is a good question because this is one of the most loved features, and I personally love it as well. So there's a specific feature called Mission Scheduler in the FlytNow dashboard, which allows you to schedule missions at regular intervals. So let's say I'm a project manager at a construction site, and I want to conduct repeatable missions for that particular site. So, for an example, I can set a mission for 10 a.m. every day for the coming 4 weeks, and then another follow up mission at, let's say, 5 p.m. in the evening, so that I can keep monitoring the change, keep monitoring the progress. So, yes, there's a feature that lets you do that exactly, and helps you automate and repeat that entire process.
All right. Uh, Thanks, Neil. We have a question on team management, basically. So somebody is asking if we can, assign roles and give access specifically to some people on the platform in a team. Vinayak, would you like to take that?
I mean, so currently how we are operating, we operate as a like the operator and the pilot. But yes, we are coming up with a feature where there a first level of team management with captain, member, and pilot, where there'll be an option if the user how the user can share the hierarchy level inside the team. For example, they want to add a pilot for a few days, they can give the approvals to fly the drone and docking station through an account for a limited time period. Again, by this could be set with their certification, so they could ask for like the F1 not right, like 7 certification if they have a license to fly or something like that, right? So this could be tied to it well. So we are coming up with this feature soon, where we can have this hierarchy inside the flight now, and can be operated along the team. I hope this helps, Shesh.
Right, right. It does. It does. Um, and then we have a question about the Flight-based platform, or the FlightNow platform, which is out there. So somebody is asking about what type of APIs are basically available on FlightNow, and how can basically people use this to perform their, operations and management.
Again, like FlightNow as a platform, right? We do provide APIs. Again, like like in order to integrate with the third party, like I was showing in the video, right? So there were any APIs to integrate with the third party applications. So there are multiple like cloud command and control APIs, and the others also where we talk about the integration with the payload APIs, right? And definitely there could be other APIs to automate, or if you want to. So if everyone has heard about IFTT protocols, right? So which says if then what, right? So it's more of they can use these APIs to integrate with these kind of workflows. For example, the drone has completed the mission. Please send them once the mission is completed, send the logs to my manager or something, right? So this kind of integrations could be done with the APIs. Overall, yes, the platform does provide APIs at each level, including the video streaming, command and control, telemetry APIs, and the payloads. Yep.
All right. Thanks, Neil. Thanks, Max. Sorry. All right. We'll take another question, one last question for this session. So the question is about detecting and avoiding integrations basically. So somebody is asking what all types of integrations do we have to detect and avoid uh, basically NFGs or any obstacles that are out there. Neil, would you like to take that?
Sure, Shresh. Again, like when it comes to obstacles, it can either be like fixed structures that you want to avoid while flying the drone. So we use off-the-shelf drones, and if the drone is compatible with, let's say, a collision avoidance sensor, we do integrate that with FlytNow as well. So, for example, if you're using the DJI M300, you have obstacle avoidance sensors on the drone, which you can actually control through the FlytNow dashboard. So all the functionalities like setting the braking distance, enabling or disabling the collision avoidance. So that's something that you can do. And if you are going for a separate category of obstacles, or like if you want to detect and avoid them, so since we are all speaking about BV loss operations, right? So it can be uncrewed, like crewed aircrafts as well. So maybe there's an airline that's flying at your area of operations, or maybe like a manned helicopter. And for that, we have specific integrations. We have API access, as Vinayak just mentioned. So we have integrated with other third-party partners like Kasia G, Iris Automation, where we're able to detect, these crewed aircrafts well in advance and take necessary actions. So maybe you detect an aircraft that is heading towards your flight operations, area of flight operations, and you can pause your mission or like make your drone go at a certain altitude. So yes, these type of integrations are there. Again, like when it comes to BVLOS, we are working on a lot of safety features, that sort of complements the entire BVLOS process and makes it easy. So, and if there's any specific feature or like a specific integration that our users are looking for, so again, we have APIs that can, that are quite modular. So if there is any special integration that you're looking for, you can feel free to reach out to us, and we'll make sure that we can discuss more on that. I
All
hope
right.
that's helpful.
All right, all right. Thanks, Neil. Thanks, Vinayak, for answering all these questions and for this amazing, session. Everyone, we appreciate your presence today, and we hope you found this session informative and valuable. So, thank you all for joining today. You may now join in on our next session planned for today in the sessions tab. All right. Thank you so much, guys. All right.
Thanks, Shreya.
Thanks a lot, Krish. Thanks.
Thanks, Vinayak, and thanks
Thank you.
audience as well. Bye bye.
Yeah.